All right, Kyle. So, like I said, I want to know why, in your opinion, owning a home when you're young is such a huge opportunity.
Man, it's a no-brainer
Uh-huh.
because right now you can buy a house as a first-time home buyer with 3 or 3.5% down, and the market's been going up for a long time. And we were talking, earlier about how if the market gets volatile
Uh-huh.
and it, nothing can go straight up forever, and if it does start changing very quickly, the 3.5% down programs,
Uh-huh.
the bank could pull the plug on that, whether it's the government stepping in or the lenders just not wanting the risk. Because if you put 3% down on a property and then the value goes down 10% and you're underwater like that,
Uh-huh.
it's not good for the borrower, it's not good for the lender. It's just a bad situation. So right now those programs do exist. Interest rates are lower than they've ever been, so it's like that perfect opportunity. Not to mention, if you're a 590 credit score, you can still get a 3
Yeah.
point something percent rate. And it's almost like I feel that we take that for granted as uh, a generation
Uh-huh.
of people, because they assume it's going to be there forever. But those programs are there right now, but they can change. Another point is inflation. Talking about rental values increasing,
Uh-huh.
potentially interest rates increasing. There's just so many reasons why, if you are in a position, especially as a young person now, to get into that. I mean, you have equity opportunity, you have amazing tax benefits, you have future investment opportunities. You buy your first home, a year later you move out, you can rent this one out, then you're getting even more tax benefits. I mean, if 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 you're on the fence as a young person, you need to get pre-approved. You can own a home and your mortgage is less than what you could rent the place for.
Yes.
And mortgage insurance, that's not a fixed cost. And just like with inflation, mortgage insurance, and if the market gets tough and there's some sort of shift and values start going down, mortgage insurance is designed to protect the lender from defaults. And the riskier the marketplace becomes, the more expensive PMI becomes. And when it gets more expensive, you're going to qualify for less house because your debt to income has to be a certain amount. So it's very important that your young, home buyers or
Uh-huh.
people on the fence, that they get very serious about considering their options now, because they may not be on the table in the future. Nothing's for certain.
Wow. So you're saying that someone, if they're in a position, let's say someone's 20 years old, they've got a stable job, a decent income, they're not making tons of money, but then they've got all right credit, at least 580, 600, whatever. They should just take advantage
They
of
need
this
to
and
buy.
jump on this.
They need to buy.
10 years from now, the cost of their mortgage is going to be what it is now. But 10 years from now, I highly doubt rates are going to be this low.
No.
And we know rent is going to keep going up.
Oh, in 10 years, rent could be double.
Just someone with a normal, if you owned your own home now, taking advantage of these low rates, you could set yourself up to own, by the time you're, let's say you bought your first house when you're 20 years old. By the time you're 30, you could own 3 or 4 properties.
Oh my
renting
God.
2 of them out. You could own a duplex. You can take the equity that you build on this first home and use that for a down payment on your second home. There's just so many opportunities, right, Kyle? That you're literally setting yourself up for a future of financial stability and security and success.
100. I mean, in 10 years, on that example, you could have a $500,000 net worth and $3,000 a month of passive rental residual income. And it's like the game of Monopoly, Wes. If you just keep going around the board and collecting 200 for pass and go, you can't win the game, right? And
It's true.
and it's very difficult when you're playing Monopoly to get that first property. That's the hardest one. And right now, it's easier to buy and qualify for a home now than it's ever been, especially with interest rates. It's a massive opportunity.
Amen. I agree with